Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, whatever time of day it is that you are watching this. I say hello to you, sir. My name is Tristan, vVvTitan Johnson from Hotkeyit.com, and we will be looking at this audio commentary, or this replay, however you wish to perceive it, and we will be discussing ZVT in a way that you might not have ever thought about looking at this matchup. And what I mean by that is we're going to be looking at it in light of pushes. Instead of thinking of the matchup as, oh my god, he's going to all-in me right now, I better build a bunch of lings and banelings, pull my drones in, oh my god, what's going to happen? You know, instead of thinking of it that way, let's look at the game in pushes. So, when the game starts, we're thinking push number 1. As the game progresses, we're going to progress into push number 2, push number 3, and then push number 4, which is always going to be late game. So, let me explain the game as it goes. I'm going to just label them as push number 1 and then push number 2. So right now, we are in what push? That's right, we're in push number 1, which is either A, factory play, which would be like Hellion Harass, or B, it's going to be a 2-racks Marine pressure. Now, there's also an alternate build that they can do. You know, they can do like a 17cc, or they can do a 1-racks fast expand. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's still push number 1. However, the only ones that do pressure are the factory and the barracks. So your first goal is to find out which build your opponent is doing. Now, as for myself, I like to do the 14-14 with fast speedling and then go expand on 21. And this allows me to just have fast link speed. It allows me to put early pressure. It also allows me to get back in the game economically. It does put me behind if they do decide to expand. However, you can pressure them under certain circumstances. However, we're not going to be discussing that in this audio commentary. We're just discussing the ZVT matchup in a way of pushes. So right now, I've yet to see what he has made. However, I have seen he has made 3 Marines already, with only I've made 2 Lings, and my expansion is not up, so I automatically know it is a 2-racks pressure. So what am I doing? I'm making more Zerglings, and I'm just poking around, looking for bunkers right now, and trying to deal with whatever SCVs show up. So there we go, bunch of Lings coming out, and the biggest thing to do against a 2-racks pressure, I'm going to pause it really quick, is to get your Lings down on the low ground, because if they start placing bunkers here, your Lings are trapped inside your base, you're not going to be able to stop it, and you will lose your hatchery. You have to get your Lings down on the low ground, and you have to hide them behind your minerals and not by the ramp. If you hide by the ramp, they can pressure your Lings, and then they can also count how many Lings you have, and they can pretty much put bunkers up and win the game. Okay? So this is push number 1, which is the 2-racks Marine pressure, and let's deal with this in the most efficient way possible. So hiding the Lings, not letting him see anything at all, pulling my overlords back enough to see a little bit over the edge and to where nothing is in harm's way. So here we go. I see 3 Marines in an SCV. I know that I'm okay. Considering it's a long distance map, the most Marines he can have at this time are 5. So with having 8 Lings and 2 more on the way, 10 Lings against 5 Marines is a very, very good thing to have. And also my Ling speed is about to finish, so this push should be cleaned up quite easily. So the whole thing right now is I'm just counting what he has, deciding if I can take it or not. So we're just going to go in slow motion right now. So doing a little bit of pressure. I see 3 Marines in an SCV, starting to head in. There we go, and 5 Marines. Okay. Now, I pause it really quick. For those, this game happened the day after Nesty versus SC FOU, where SC put a bunker in a placement like this, and then hid Marines right behind it. This is how you deal with this pressure. Okay? Once again, let me say this again. This is how you deal with the pressure that pretty much killed Nesty, no problem, and it was just dumbfounding to watch. Watch how this is defeated. So there he goes, his Marines are going, he's trying to get back into the hole, so what do? I follow his Marines back there, and I get the most space I can with them. So there we go, now I have 4 Marines hitting 5 Zerglings hitting 3 Marines, so this push is pretty much already dead. Okay, you just have to race the Marines back into the corner, and just get enough surface area to where he cannot abuse the positioning. So here we go. This is the first push, and at this point with Link speed finishing up, there's nothing your opponent can do. So I'm going to clean this up, and having lost 5 Marines, even this amount of Link can kill whatever Marines are on the way to my base. So there we go. Push number 1 is defeated. Now, what happens next? Well, we're moving on to push number 2. Push number 2 is a transitional phase, and it is what the Terran player decides to go. Okay? So at this point, I'm just heading to the front of his base, and I'm just going to poke up the ramp with one Ling, if not all of them. And there we go. What do I see? I see a command center. So this means he's going to make enough Marines to be able to come down the ramp, put a bunker up, and expand. So what does this mean I do as a response? It means I can drone. It means I can drone non-stop. Okay? So, yeah. So I drone non-stop, and I'm actually going to take a third hatch, and I'm going to skip a second queen. This is something you can do. You can completely skip your second queen and throw down a third hatch as long as you stay on top of your drones and micro and have a overlord near his base to scout out what his transition will be. I want to speak quite briefly about this. The second phase, or the second push that you want to look at in ZVT, is what he transitions to after the 2 racks. Now, there are 4 different transitions. One is you'll throw down 2 more barracks and a tech lab and go for a stim timing push on 4 racks, which you deal with that push with what? The answer is Ling Baneling. Okay, so there we go. We can deal with that with Ling Baneling. Okay, cool. What's the next transition he can do? He can go out of 2 racks with double factory, 1 tech lab, and Blue Flame Hellion Marine. How do you deal with that? Well, honestly, the best way to deal with that is Ling Baneling again. So, you seeing a pattern here? Ling Baneling again. Okay. The next push he can do is a Marine tank push. Okay. See, how do you deal with that? Easy. Ling Baneling, and then you just come from different sides. So, let's go through this again. The second push is dealt with by, every single transition is dealt with by Ling Baneling. Okay, so that means I don't even need to get Lair. So that means I can get 3 bases and drone up non-stop and just make a bunch of Lings and Banelings before the push happens and just roll it over and then transition into the third push. Okay, this is a lot easier now looking at ZVT. Okay, this is how I want you to perceive the matchup right now, okay? First push, you deal with Lings. The second push that will be coming, you deal with Ling Baneling. And then the third push, which we will get to, you'll have to have Muta because he'll have Medevac, okay? So, here we go. Going on from here, because I have defended his push, I see he is expanding, which means he's not going to be able to push at me for any time soon, especially with this many Lings out. In fact, I can deny his expansion for quite a while with those Lings by staying very active. This allows me to drone up non-stop and take a third hatch, which there should be a drone moving out. There it is. Drone will be moving out, and you want it to place the hatch pretty much after the first inject. So like right now, I need a few more drones which are building, and yeah. So right now the hatch rate should be going up in just a moment. So gonna let the game continue for quite a while, and we will get to watch me drone up non-stop. So there we go. Let's take a look at the production tab. 4 drones on the way and an overlord. Very simple. Lings are being staying on his side of the map so that if he tries to push, I have a ton of room to respond if he does any type of weird push. But honestly, if he pushes now, he's just digging a bit deeper hole. So there we go. I sent a Ling, put it on patrol, find out when he's expanding and if I can pressure him. So there we go. Starting to knock out my rocks because I want to connect my bases as soon as possible because, well, that's what you want to do. Not even getting any gas, okay? Not getting any gas. Now, in about 30, as soon as the CC lands, he's going to be doing his transition from Marines. And this is when you need to find out if it's going for 4 racks Marine, tank Marine, or if he's going for Blue Flame Hellion Marine. Of course, he can also go for 2-4 Banshee, but that's a rare thing to see, so don't even worry about that. So, looking at the production tab once more, you can see 6 drones on the way. Let's look at the drone count. I'm now at 32 drones to 26 SCVs. Sure, it doesn't seem like much of a gain, but it's about to explode. Another queen on the way. My third hatch will be done, so I'll be on 3 bases with all these drones. I should be getting on gas quite soon to prepare for any type of push. So as I said that, there we go. 3 guys on gas, and second guys are going down. Now, when you're going Ling Baneling, you do not need to get 3 and 4 gases. You only need 2 gases, 3 hatches, and 2 or 3 queens. And that's it. By having 2 gases, you can get plenty of gas to deal with any type of pressure. There are the drones going on the transfer between the bases. Honestly, there they go. They're fixing themselves. And now I'm connected both bases. I'll be sitting on my overlords to spread creep, and everything's going to be fine. I should be sending in this overlord right now. But however, since I saw a tank at the front of his base, I already know it's going to be a tank marine push. So he's going for a little bit of a delayed push, okay? If he was to go a 4 racks, 4 racks stim timing push, it would come about 30 seconds earlier. If it was going to be a 2 racks, 2 factory push, it'd come also 30 seconds earlier. Okay, so we're still on push number 2. It's kind of like 2.5, honestly, but whatever. Going up to lair, just getting ready for my tech, and Baneling's nest is up. Everything is in place to deal with whatever, and this will be my last round of drones. 3rd gas going up, and most likely my 4th in just a moment. You want to put up your 4th as soon as the lair finishes, and there we go, going up. And I just want to point out something really quick, and that is where I place my Zerglings. The reasoning for placing them all across the maps is so if they scan somewhere, they do not see your whole army, okay? They just see a little bit of a portion. So they'll think, okay, I can push now, when in actuality, you're actually extremely strong, and you can pretty much kill them, okay? Now, let's look at the drone count. I'm at 50 drones to his 36 SCVs. I've got overlords in place to spread creep all around my base, connecting both bases, connecting all 3 bases, you know, staying on top of my injects, keeping my queen energy pretty much at nothing. And I'll be dealing with the 2nd push quite soon. So, honestly, I know the push is coming very soon. As you can see, I'm making 12 Zerglings right now. I think the push comes in about 10 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. That feels about right, considering the supplies. So, there my overlords popping, never getting supply blocked, you know. Everything is going my way. Lair is up. I'll be getting burrow, because I love burrow. It's the best thing in the world. And, yep, Zergling's still coming, blah, blah, blah. And there it is. There's the push. So, I see he's got 3 tanks, nice handful of Marines. No problem. Pull all my lings back. Start spreading creep as soon as possible. There we go. Creep being spread. And injects going down. And, yep. And so what am I doing to deal with this push? I'm making pure Zergling and Baneling. That's pretty simple. Now, here comes the next thing you need to think about. Although we're working on pushes and how to think of this in terms of pushes, how do I engage this army? Okay? How many of you have just said, okay, screw it, go my Zerglings, go my Baneling, go kill him. You know, go forth and destroy him. And you find out when you 1A into an army like this, you die. Right? Yeah, that's a natural thing to happen. You know why? It's because you don't have a flank. You need something to block the Marines from running away. You know, I'm not going to go into that. Never mind. It's a bad analogy. But you really need to come in from the behind as well as from the front so that these Marines have nowhere to go. Like right now I have a lot of lings. I could honestly pretty much just go in there and kill him. But you want to be safe than sorry. So here we go. Lings are coming. I will be spreading them out. I'm not panicking, okay? Something D9 said long ago was, do not panic. Always stay on plan. Always be confident, okay? So here we go. Spreading out my lings. I'm putting up some up here, some down here. And then I'm also running some. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, my lings are running away. And they're going shift-click all the way behind his army just to block him off and make sure he has nowhere to go. Alright, let's look at the drone count really quick. 55 to 43. Burrow going down, plenty of lings. I should be getting centrifugal hooks in the Spire, but that's a little late this game. That's my mistake. However, everything's going to be fine. No problems. We're going to deal with this push first, and then we'll go into push number 3. So, here we go. Yep, whatever. Kill some Zerglings, no problem here. Kill Bane, no problem. Yeah, whatever. And here we go. Now that my lings are in position, what do? I 1A, and where am I coming from? I'm coming from this angle from up top, and from below. So where does the Terran have to go? He has nowhere to go but right in here where the tanks will not be able to shoot anything, and this push will be demolished. Disgusting. So there we go. Good split for my Zerglings actually right there. It's exactly what I needed. The lings coming in from this side. Those Marines now have nowhere to go but maybe in here. But they're not going to do that because there's about a bajillion lings coming right now. And what am I doing behind all this? I am droning. Because I know this push is defeated. I've made just the amount of units to deal with the push. And I am going to drone. And there we go. Dealt with, no problem. All is well. Blah, blah. So, yep. Here comes a little small force, no problem. Because I actually have... Everyone else playing this game was like, oh, I had more units than that. So, there we go. I'm going to deal with this, no problem. Not screw these things. Yep. Yeah, I right-click on the tanks like a pro. So, whatever. Marine and tank. Cool. 28 Zerglings on the way. I'm safe. No problem. All pushes are done. Now, that was push number 2. Now let's go into push number 3. What is needed to defeat push number 3, and what will the Terran have? Well, the answer is the Terran is going to go into medevacs. So it's going to be Marine tank medevac this time. So we started off with Marines. Then we went into Marine tank. And now we're going to Marine tank medevac. Okay, so this is push number 3. And unfortunately, I'm going to kill him on this next push and pretty much win the game. So we're not going to get to push number 4. So I want to tell you right now what push number 4 is. And that is Marine, Tank, Medevac, Thor. Okay? So you deal with that with Marine, Ling, Baneling, Muta. Or you can go into tier 3, and go to Broodlords or whatever. But usually you fight that army once, and then you go into Broodlords after that. Okay? So anyways, back on track. We're on push number 3 now. And how do you deal with this? And the answer is Ling, Baneling, Muta. So let's go through this all once again. The first push is Ling. The second push is Ling, Baneling. And the third push is Ling, Baneling, Muta. Fourth push, Ling, Baneling, Muta. Transition into Broodlords. And switch between Ultra and Broodlords nonstop. So, doesn't that sound a lot more simple to do against the Terran than like, oh my god, he's all ending me, I gotta have queens, I gotta have detection, I gotta have overseers, I gotta have all this stuff, oh my god, la, 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 la. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just think of it in pushes, get the right units. If he's going for banshees, whatever, just get a quicker lair, and just make queens. Ta-da, you're safe, no problem. If he's going for 2-4 banshee, you just go to lair, make some extra queens, make spore crawlers, and go Hydra instead of Muta. Depending on the map, if you're close there, you have to go Hydra. If you're like far spawns, you go Muta. And the reasoning is because Hydra come out quicker and Muta come out later. Anyways, so push 3, easy peasy, and I'm going to show you my, I guess, kind of trademark style. I love Burrow, and Burrow is probably the greatest thing in the world against Terran because it costs them mules and it costs you 100. It's absolutely beautiful, and it does so much damage. So there we go. Got plenty of Banelings ready, plenty of Zerglings. My drones are at 60 to his 52. 13 drones on the way, so I will be at 73 drones. Pretty much the magic number. Spire going down, Baneling's Nest, no centrifugal hooks because I'm a moron. No upgrades, also because I'm a moron. But whatever. So here we go. Burying my Banelings. I should be burying them in packs of 2s, but I do packs of 3s because I'm cool like that. So, yep, there's a tank. Right now I'm thinking, okay, I need to transition mutas, get my mutas out, start denying his third base. Because right now, kind of like the third push, it's time for base number 3, okay? So, like, you can actually think of it that way. I've never thought of it that way also. Is push number 1 is 1 base, push number 2 is 2 base, push number 3 is 3 base. That's a lot easier to think of, you know? Push number 3 could also be 2 base, but if they stay on 2 base that long, they're all ending you. So, there we go. Just got him over here. See that it is. He has a 3rd base. So at this point, I'm like, oh crap, I feel like a moron. Gotta take my 4th base. There it is. Go to Infestation Pit. Get ready for the 4th push by going to Hive. I should be getting my upgrades, but I'm not, because I'm a fool. It's all good. Got Burrow Banes in the way. 12 meters in the way. Plenty of Zerglings. And, yeah, I'm just going to deal with a 3rd push with Marine. Ling, Baneling, Muta, and here we go. This is the power of Banelings. Oh my gosh, this is disgusting. And if you do not go Burrow Banelings against Terran, you're not playing ZVT right. That's all I have to say about that. Watch this damage and how really strong this is. So I wait for him to get halfway through. So there's the first chunk, here's the second chunk, and here's the third chunk. Boom. So what does he have left after all that? He has 10 Marines, 4 tanks. Supply 97 to 144. And back to my vision. Let's just see what I do. Oh, look at this. I have a bajillion Zerglings. Oh, look at this. I have a bajillion Mutalisks. Look at this. because I've played every single push correctly against Terran, and I've prepared for every push in every single way. This is going to be GG. So, run past, kill his tanks, nothing to kill my Zerglings, and we just come and fly in, and there's GG. So, ZVT is actually very simple, as long as you prepare for each push correctly. Okay? I made it look easy, I know. But it is actually this easy once you get used to it. If you play a safe style like I do, and you play this 14-14, you are susceptible to 2 racks, but you are also safe against 2 racks, as long as he doesn't do an all-in. I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm just trying to alleviate to that this 14-14 build is quite strong. However, if you do decide to do a 14 hatch and 15 pool or whatever, you will have all of these timings that I had 1 minute earlier than I did. Okay? So you'll have this entire push that I have right here 1 minute before I just did. I just want to point that out really quick. By doing a 14-14 build, you are sacrificing a maxed army by 1 minute and everything else by 1 minute. So 14-14 hatch is the best build. However, if you want to play safe and play aggressive like I do a 14-14. So, yeah, I'm just throwing out information this time. I don't know why. I'm just throwing it out there. Congratulations, there's some free information for you. But, yeah, back to the game. Think of the game in pushes. Push number 1 is Marines. Push number 2 is either Marine Stim Timing push, or a Marine Hellion, or a Marine Tank push. And push number 3 is Marine Tank Medevac. Okay? Ling Bailing, Mutalisk. And that is how you defeat the Terran and pretty much dominate him and win every single ZVT you'll ever play against any type of standard Terran. So, this has been Tristan vVvTitan Johnson from Hotkeyit.com, and I thank you very much for watching this, and I wish you luck on the ladder. Do a good job, really take this information to heart, and just try to get the mental concepts that are needed, and really start dominating the ladder in every way possible. If you have any questions about this VOD, please post on the forums out on Hotkeyit.com, and I will be glad to answer it and just really explain in depth if you need it to be done. Alright, thank you very much. Take care. Peace.